I feel like a lot of us have this notion that we can only be thoroughly understood if we're speaking our own language, as in we're speaking the language that we were born with. But over the time, having learned English, it not being my first language, I have had to learn that there are some ways that you can express yourself only in certain languages. No matter what you say in German, right, it's going to sound assertive. No matter what you write in Japanese or Korean or Chinese, it's going to sound mysterious to someone that reads it in the West, because rather than using our typical alphabet, you're using, I believe it's called pictographs. Those lines that are meant to depict things, but only do so in coalescence. It's what I've had to learn when I tried learning elementary Hangul or the Korean alphabet several years ago when I was trying to learn some Korean words. And yes, it did work. I did learn some Korean words, and it was a fun thing to show people, like draw lines on paper and be like, hey, this means sa, this means zin, so together it's san. And they would be just like, whoa, I thought that was just lines. That's one of the reasons I wish I could be Korean. But my point being, there are some ways that you can only express yourself in certain languages. If you move on to another language, it won't be the same. So the issue that a lot of bilinguals face is you have to decide which language to think in. I wanted to make this video to announce that I think in English. It's not something that's going to be surprising to a lot of you because this is an English-speaking channel. I tried to make a Polish-speaking channel before because I speak fluent Polish, and I'm currently in Poland. But sometimes I find myself actually needing words in Polish, which is weird. Polish is my first language. I'm supposed to translate from Polish to English, like both of my parents do, but unfortunately I translate in my head from English to Polish because I mostly communicate in English. What really fucking pissed me off when I was younger is my dad used to say, oh, well, your English is so much better because of school. I didn't talk to anybody at school. I was a loner at school. I was a loser. Nobody wanted to talk to me. My English was good because I watched American and British TV shows. And I played American and British games in English. And Australians, I still call them McDonald's Macca's. For that reason. So it wasn't because of school. And that's what annoys me a lot of the time. If you're a bilingual, you have to sort of decide what language to think in. For me, it's English. For a lot of people, it may be a different language, and over time it gets confusing. Make the language that you think in the most practical one. If you're going about your daily business and you're speaking in English, make that the language you think in. Your brain is gonna do this by default. I'm a psychology student, I would know this. But it's something that you still gotta focus on, lock in on, because in a couple years, you're just gonna regret that you didn't lock in. So lock the fuck in now, in May of 2024, trust me. Thank you, amen.